everybody thought I was trying the impossible to be an artist. And they told me as much. They said, no artist can earn his living. And I thought, surely it must be humanly possible. And so I proved them wrong. But everybody, and even today, that's a current idea that if you go into art, you will suffer from poverty.
There's the trope of the penniless artist.
Yeah, but that's a recent thing.
Yeah.
I have actually given talks on who paid who to paint what at what time and why. So the penniless artist was not around in the Renaissance. They needed their artists. He wasn't around during Egyptian times either. They needed their artists. The Greeks needed their artists. The Romans needed their artists. This was all very much part of daily life. So this image of, the artist who's penniless and usually a little schizophrenic and alcoholic too,
absolutely. Is prone to cutting off the ear.
Yeah, very recent invention.
Oh.
And has nothing to do with the role in society of art. And it actually has caused great destruction. It has caused great destruction because during, the 1500s, 1600s, 1700s, you learned how to paint, and you better be good. When you see the paths that the artist followed, you're the apprentice. Then you're the journeyman.
Sure.
The journeyman is paid by the day. That's why they call it journée. You get paid by day. You're a painting hand. And the word masterpiece comes from you have created a piece that proves that you can open your own studio. Your masterpiece. And it will be judged. The Raft of the Medusa by Géricault is his masterpiece. I can paint sky. I can paint people. I can paint water. See, I did it. And now I can open my studio. And then there were places where you would show your work. There would the Prix de Rome, you could get sent to Rome. But everybody needed you. They needed you for portraits. They needed you for historical paintings. They needed you for allegorical paintings. All of these people earned their living. Now, they may have been more or less popular at different times. There actually was a time in Rome when both Leonardo and Michelangelo were out of work and Raphael got all the commissions. But they did okay. They still did okay. They're because trends and who's the latest guy, we're used to that now. Things are more or less popular. But the real destruction of the role of art in society came with the 20th century. Mm-hmm. But that doesn't have to be permanent. That's what I'm trying to prove.
Sure. And this trope that you mentioned is recent, this trope of the penniless artist, this stereotype. It's destructive in that sense that a lot of parents would balk at their children choosing art as a career because of this stereotype.
Well, plus, there's a problem with the art schools. Mm-hmm. Okay? First of all, they're not teaching technique the way they should. That's one problem. In order for me to be useful to someone, I have to be able to paint pretty much anything they want.
Sure.
Landscape, portrait, you name it, I should be able to do it. That's my job. Okay, they're not really teaching that the way they should anymore. The other thing is they're not teaching people how to create an audience. What is an artist? An artist is someone who has something to say. Okay, what's your message? What's your message and who are you talking to? So in order for an artist to be successful, he has to have an audience who needs him. If you get out of art school thinking it's just about sitting in your room and, doing some kind of artwork that you and your friends like, that's not going to get you anywhere. And I criticize the current situation, not only from a technical point of view, but they're not helping people to understand that art is about communication. And it's about audience. And if you have an audience and you are able to communicate for that audience, you are the one who's creating, in visual terms, the idea that they want communicated. Now, in commercial terms, everybody understands that. In advertising, you got to make people want this thing.
Exactly. Yeah.
But it could be the same thing with art within society. So that is not being taught. You cannot say, I don't need to know who I am to be an artist. You definitely need to know who you are, because you have to find the like-minded souls who think that your message is vital. And you can also say, what are the vital messages of today and how can I help? To me, the ecological message is a hugely vital and important message.
Sure.
And artists could jump on that. They could do fine earning their living. But they are not taught to construct a portfolio, even do the first mural if you want free, just so they know what you're doing and you can start establishing an audience. You could very well just take that ball and run with it, and you would have clients. You would be able to earn your living. And it's not being taught. And so, of course, parents say, well, and I said too when I got out of art school in Paris, okay, I've got my diploma, now what? What is this good for? How can I use this to be part of society? And to me, it was not negotiable. I was not going to do something else. Most of the artists just say, okay, well, I'll become a teacher, or I will just paint on weekends, or it'll be a hobby. Well, what's that going to do to the quality of art in the world?
Sure.
The Renaissance painters were not hobbyists. In order to get good, you have to paint every day, all day.
Absolutely.
So it would kill technical quality for people just to paint from time to time, just the way a musician has to practice every day. Well, an artist does too.